What's up, nigga? We gonna be
Hello my lovelies, welcome to Happy Muncher. I hope you guys are doing great. I am fabulous all the way here in Philippines in Metro Manila. So guys, we are on the road to 10,000 subscribers. What are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button if you're watching this. If you're new here, welcome to Happy Muncher. Make sure you don't leave without smashing that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you get updates on my daily vlogs. Share my videos with your family and friends as well. Let them know to subscribe as well. And yeah guys, let's get into it. Today we are going to talk about the challenges of being a solo travel YouTube vlogger or just a solo traveler. So I started traveling last year January, but I was traveling with my younger brother until mid-year, and he decided to return back home to my beautiful country, Botswana. So now I've been traveling by myself until now, and yeah, it's kind of a brave thing to travel alone. It's not as easy as people maybe viewing it from the outside and thinking, oh, she's doing it good and she's just flowing and nothing is going on. But it's actually quite a very strenuous and very stressful thing to experience. Besides it being the most beautiful and adventurous and, you know, enlightening experience, there are so many challenges that come along, and yeah, you just have to be strong enough to handle them. So okay, let me go on the first challenge of being a solo traveler, which is loneliness. Guys, it is lonely out there, okay, especially when you don't have friends. Now I am traveling and I'm working hard. I'm doing everything that I can for my YouTube channel. Yeah, it's good, it's really good to focus and do your work, but sometimes you need to have friends, you need to relax, you need to enjoy life a little bit. And yeah, I think that's one of the biggest challenges. Sometimes the loneliness is crazy, especially after you're done working and you just want to relax your mind a little bit, and then yeah, you're just there overthinking by yourself, not doing much because you don't have friends, you don't have family with you. But anyway, yeah, I've been strong on that part. I'm naturally a loner. I make sure that I don't become lonely as much as possible. I'm somebody who loves going out and enjoying myself, and traveling is one of the most things that I enjoy doing. So it really helps in a way. My traveling, going out to a restaurant, eating and just exploring places, it helps a little bit, but I still need, like, you know, friends that I can interact with. I miss my family sometimes, you know. So yeah, that's the first challenge about traveling alone. Second one is getting lost, guys. Oh my god. Okay, I depend on Google, guys, like Google Maps. I depend so much on Google Maps, but sometimes Google Maps has moods, has its own way of doing things. I do get lost quite a lot. Maybe when I'm in the mall, I'm trying to look for a certain restaurant, or I'm in an area and I'm looking for a certain place. It's in that area, but there's so many corners I have to take to get to that place. I get lost every single time. I remember one time I was in the UK, I was in London. I was trying to catch a train to go to Birmingham, and I ended up in a wrong train. I had to take another train back to another station where I was supposed to connect into the Birmingham train. I was just like, oh my god, I'm gonna miss my train. It was such a crazy experience. So yeah, you have to expect to get lost quite often, but the most important thing is always making sure that you find your way back, and making sure that you always ask if you see a security guard or just people, if there are people around you, you just, you know, excuse me, you ask a question. It's so harmless. Yeah, you just ask, and you'll find that it's more helpful actually than trying to do it by yourself. Yay! The third thing would be losing stuff, guys, or losing your items. I've lost so many things, not particularly losing. I'm traveling, and my closet is literally a suitcase. So sometimes when I buy new items, I have to lose the old ones, especially when it comes to clothes, because I can't wear the same clothes. I've been traveling for a year, and you can imagine having the same clothes for that whole year. They are worn out and everything, and some of them, you know, you've worn it countless times doing videos, and people are just gonna be like, she's always wearing that top, she's always wearing that, you know, those shoes. So along the way, I have to buy clothes, and when I buy clothes, that means they add on to the luggage that I already have, and then I have to lose the ones that I've been traveling with, that I've been using. So most of the time, I just, when I'm in a place, I just leave them in maybe the apartment that I was renting, and write a note. Maybe the owner of the apartment should please give them out to charity, or maybe someone who's in need, you know. And yeah, I've lost my camera again in Cebu twice in a space of hours actually. So I lost it in a resort, and then I managed to get it back the next morning, and then I lost it in a taxi again. I was like, what's wrong with me? But sometimes those things happen, you know. I was so miserable, but then I was like, anyway, it happened, there's nothing I can do. I never got it back. I had to buy another camera. Yeah, so if you're traveling, be ready, mentally ready to lose some stuff, not because you want to lose them, but because maybe it was meant to happen, or maybe you can't carry some of the stuff with you. And when I was leaving Dubai as well, at the airport, I had to lose some of my stuff because my bag was heavy, and the cages they were allowing into the aircraft were a bit lower than what I had. So I had to lose, I remember I lost 2 pairs of shoes, I lost my toiletries, I lost just a bunch of stuff, and some of my books. I was so devastated, like, but then I had no choice, you know. And yeah, the fourth one will be airport control. Oh my god, guys, the airport can make you miserable. I've been in, I think, how many airports that were so ridiculous. I think the airport in Tanzania, when I was literally leaving Africa and started traveling across, they were so mean. They were just on their own world. I don't know what was going on. So guys, airport control is one of the most craziest and devastating things you can ever experience. Oh my god, they will make your life so miserable. Yeah, I've experienced quite a lot of airport control situations where maybe somebody wasn't in a good mood. Yeah, sometimes also when you don't have proper documents, it could be a problem, but I always make sure that I have all my documents, from my hotel bookings, my return tickets, my health insurance, and money with me. Those are some of the important things that you need to carry. Otherwise, sometimes if you meet somebody who is not in a good mood, they will be asking for those things. If you don't prepare for them, then you might miss your flight just because of those small things, you know. And yeah, so I've had experiences with a couple of airports, but mostly my travel has been really smooth because I make sure that I have everything. It has been smooth. It was just like minor little situations, yeah, but it's something that you need to be aware of. It's very important that you always have all your documents with you when you travel. Okay, let's move on to the fifth challenge of traveling solo. Now this one is very crazy because it happened when I was in the UK. Hotel booking gone wrong, guys. Traveling is something, like, it's fun, but it's like, oh my god, sometimes I just laugh over the things that I've experienced. So there was this time we were in Kenya, and I was with my brother, and my mom made a booking for us in Watamu. Yeah, I think we were in Watamu, and we were in a very beautiful place, and this place looked like it was so deserted because apparently there was so, like, you could see that the buildings were so beautiful, like double-story houses that have burnt down. Apparently there was a gas explosion in one of the houses, and it affected the houses around it. And the place that we were staying in, it was literally in that complex where there was a fire, but the house we were staying in was okay, and it was like 500 meters away from the beach area. There were restaurants on that strip, and it was really beautiful. But the loneliness there was so crazy. Like, it was so quiet, and it was like very deep in the woods and stuff like that, but it was so quiet. So me and my brother were laughing about it. We were literally like, yo, mom really took us to a rehabilitation center. So we call it the rehabilitation center because it was like a place where you need to gather your thoughts and think your life through. It was so crazy, but anyway, we really enjoyed. We made the best out of it. We were just like, okay, we are here now, there's nothing that we can do, so let's just make the best out of it. We made a couple of friends who were working in those restaurants, so we are always just jamming there and enjoying our time. And then there was another time again in the UK where I ended up in the middle of nowhere, in a place that was so far from everything. And then it was called Baldock. You should watch that video when I was in the UK and I ended up in the middle of nowhere, and the kind of place it was just away from everything. And oh my god, it was such a challenge. But anyway, yeah, those are the challenges. You're gonna end up in places where you literally thought this place was in a good area, and then you get there, you find that, whoo, girl, you just booked yourself in the hood or something. So those are some of the challenges, but it depends on what the kind of person that you are. If you can make the best out of it, you can. If you can't, you can always get your money back and book somewhere else. I've done that before, where I probably booked in a really bad place, and then yeah, I canceled my booking to find something better. So you can always decide what you can do with that. The sixth challenge is not having an extra hand to assist you. For instance, guys, my bags finished me, okay? My bags are the most heaviest. I'm a woman, so you understand, guys, I'm a woman. I need lots of clothes, lots of shoes, makeup, toiletries, this and that. You know, women, we always carry some stuff, even if it's not necessary, but we always carry lots of things. Anyway, not having extra help can really be a bit challenging. With my vlogging, actually, I always need to hold the camera for myself. I always, when I'm eating, I'm holding the camera with one hand and I'm trying to show you guys what I'm having and all of that. So it's a bit challenging. When I was with my younger brother, it was better because he used to hold the camera for me, but nowadays I have to hold it for myself. And yeah, so it's challenging when you don't have assistance in that case, like with the bags, even just, you know, somebody who can just assist you with ideas of where to go, or even the content that you can do at a particular day, time and place, you know. So not having somebody to assist you is quite a challenge, but then what can we do? We just have to keep doing what we're doing and continue with life, you know. Let's get into the seventh challenge of being a solo traveler. Expenses, guys. expenses. It is very expensive to be a solo traveler. I can imagine if people were too, yeah, it will still be expensive. But yeah, even when you're alone, it's very expensive. Hotel bookings, transportation, food, going out to vlog, every single thing is money, guys. So expenses is one of the most challenging things, especially when you're moving from one place to another, when you have to book flights and all of that. So yeah, it can be a bit of a challenge. And yeah, if you can find extra work to do while you're traveling, it's a plus. Or if you have a certain business you are into and yeah, it's bringing in money for you, that's a plus as well. So yeah, expenses, a big challenge actually. Eighth one is about health challenges. Okay, when you are traveling, you can experience so many challenges when it comes to your health. Basically health in terms of like maybe environment change, like maybe different weathers, because yeah, I remember so many times I left a certain country and it was hot, I ended up in a cold country, or vice versa, I got the flu, I was sick. And some places maybe they're too hot, you can't breathe properly. And you know, eating different kinds of food probably that you've never even eaten sometimes, yeah, can be a bit of a challenge. You can have probably like an upset stomach and such things. You know, you come across those kind of things. Doesn't mean that maybe the food is bad or anything. Maybe it's because you've never eaten something like that. Yeah, you come across such challenges. And I remember when I was in Bohol, I went snorkeling. We went under, and you know, we were swimming with the turtles and everything. Then the next day I got really sick. I got like rash on my skin and everything, and it's because, guys, I really don't swim at all and I don't snorkel. It was my first time, and you know, I was with friends who were trying to get me to experience this snorkeling, and then yeah, I ended up getting sick. Right now the rash is gone and I'm good. So that's why it's very important for you to always have your medical insurance with you. Yay. Let's get on to the ninth challenge. The ninth challenge is being in a place where no one knows you and everybody is staring at you, especially when you are black and you know, people will stare at you. You just have to get used to it. I mean, you are in a foreign country, maybe those people are not used to seeing you. People will stare at you because you are definitely not Filipino, you're definitely not Arab, you're definitely not you don't look anything like you are from that country. So people will literally stare at you. Now staring in some places is very offensive, but I mean, if you're in a place where you definitely know that people are going to stare at you because you're not from there. I mean, even in my country, if I see somebody who doesn't look like, oh, she's from Botswana, I'll stare like, oh. It's not that they're staring in a bad way, they're just staring like, oh, she's beautiful, where's she from, you know? Oh, I love her hair, what's that? You know, like curiosity. Yeah, even though curiosity killed the cat, but you cannot control being curious about something, you know. So people will stare at you, they'll ask you a lot of questions. Where are you from? What are you doing here? All those kind of things, you know. So be ready for lots of stares and questions. The last but not least, the 10th challenge of being a solo travel vlogger is that you are excessively always worrying, guys. The excessive worrying is a mental thing. Like, it's mental. You are in a foreign land, different countries, different people, different experiences, different environment. Anything might happen. You don't know what to expect. You are worried because you are alone. You don't have anybody with you. You're worried, what if I fall sick? What if this happens? What if people attack me? All those things, they are mental. you cannot help but to think of such things, because it's something that comes with you being alone in a certain country. So every other day you are excessively worrying about those kind of things. So it's a mental thing that you need to be ready to experience. If you start traveling alone, you are going to, there is no how you can avoid not thinking about it, because maybe something will trigger it and you can stay worried for the longest time, that what if it was me, what if this happened, and all of that, you know. So you are always going to be excessively worrying about your safety, about your health, and just yourself in general as a person. Your mental health is very important. So if you are a strong person, you can easily overcome it. But if you are somebody who naturally overthinks stuff and everything, be mentally prepared to always worry about these things. But it doesn't mean anything, guys. It's a normal thing. It's a normal thing to always be worried about yourself and your state in a different country. So guys, this is it, all the challenges of being a solo traveler. And yeah, I hope you guys got a little bit enlightened about how it is to travel alone. And don't be scared about anything that I just said. It's just an awareness, a few things that you may consider, or that can be helpful for you to understand if you want to start traveling alone, things that you may need to know before you start traveling, you know. So those are the challenges, but I'm still here, I'm healthy, I'm safe, and yeah, we continue from here. Road to 10,000 subscribers, guys. From me today, it's all love. Toodles, toodles.